did you start writing in music, and who were your musical inspirations?
As a child, I loved music. As a baby, I was singing along to Gladys Knight songs, harmonizing with everything, breaking my father's record needles. And my parents were music lovers, so they played a lot of music in the house. And I started writing songs by 7 or 8, and I just was hearing melodies and just a kid with a nerdy kid with a weird hobby of writing songs.
And who were your musical inspirations growing up?
A lot of it was the music my parents were playing at the household. I grew up in the 70s, so it was Gladys Knight, The Temptations, The Supremes, the Four Tops. I'm Jamaican, so my parents also played a lot of classic reggae about Marley and Peter Tosh and Toots and the Maytals. But the staple singers, my dad played Miles Davis, Peebo Bryson, Natalie Cole. My father bought records every single Friday night, so there was always like tons and tons of music in the household.
Writing for all the different artists that you've written for, did you ever pull from those inspirations?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know, that was the dream, you know, as a kid when I was writing songs. It was the dream that one day I'd write for some of my heroes, and I did get to write for so many of my idols. It's beyond my comprehension. Sometimes I think about it and it brings tears to my eyes, because just as a kid who dreamed of expressing myself, found myself at age 22 in the studio with Shaka Khan and Gladys Knight on one song together, Missing You. You know, really like writing the song and vocal producing it. And then I wrote Anita Baker's I Apologize, and Anita was an artist that I listened to extensively, both in high school and college, and then 3 years out of college, and here I am, you know, in the session with her. God has been good.
What would you tell to young individuals out there that are trying to be singers and songwriters?
I would say to young artists, singers and songwriters, to hone your craft. You know, be great at what you do. Find people who have a good critical ear, who can give you good advice to raise your bar, raise your craft to the best that it can be. Find good collaborators, because sometimes two great minds are better than one. Learn the business side of music. You want to join a performance rights society such as ASCAP or BMI or CSAC, because those organizations have the apparatuses to help you grow as a songwriter and help you network and help you learn the business side of music. And I would say to just, you know, keep music as in your life as a way to express yourself, almost as a form of ministry. You know, some people say they want to get in the music business to get rich, but you can get rich and lose all your money. But if you keep, you know, your pursuit of music as a way of expressing yourself, then that will always be rewarded in and of itself. And use it as a ministry.
What do you think music today is lacking?
Today's music, I think, lacks substance, but it's very stylized. So it's kind of style over substance. It sounds good. It's like fast food sometimes. It tastes really good, but like it doesn't fill you up. You know, but it's addictive. It's like a McDonald's cheeseburger. You have one and then you can have 4. Whereas opposed to like if you got some like fresh broccoli and some brown rice, you might have actually been edified. So I like a lot of today's music. I'm not hating it. I'm not like a hateration person. But I'd like to hear more songs with more deeper storytelling, not just clever, slick metaphors, but actually more emotion and more melody. Not so much rhythm over melody, but a nice balance. And songs that are copyrights, that are classics, that could be recorded again and again and stand the test of time. That's what I'd like to hear more of. And I'd like to hear more independent artists like myself on the radio, because I think a lot of times, you know, it's the struggle for independent artists is to get the same kind of mainstream airplay and marketing push that mainstream ones do. So, but there is actually a lot of really great independent music, but it's just not as exposed. So listeners and viewers have to come and do a little bit more researching to find us. But we're out there. We're trying to make it do what it do.
I was watching that video actually on YouTube, and it was talking about you, and had Whitney Houston and some other people. How do you feel when you see these big names and in their industries and their crafts that are talking positively about you and your works?
You know, it is just, you know, I've seen that video so many times, you know, the EPK that had Whitney Houston and LA, you know, talking about me. But, you know, recently I did a speech at a high school, and they showed the video, and when I saw it, and I was watching the high school kids watch it, and saw the awe in their eyes, you know, I cried. It brought tears to my eyes because as many times as I've seen that clip, when I saw it through their perspective, I was like, God, you have made my dreams come true. And now I'm at a time in my life where I just want to be a vessel to help other people's dreams come true. I want to be an inspiration. You know, I know that at a young age I was mentored by people like Phyllis Hyman, people like Susan Taylor, who, you know, gave me a job being entertainment editor at 22. You know, which was appalling. That was unheard of in the office that this young person, 22, was going to head that department. So I'm just blessed that people of great caliber and prowess in the world took me under their wings and gave me great opportunities at a young age. And now that I'm a man of a certain age, I am happy to pass that torch back along. Speaking of Whitney Houston, you know, she was a friend. She was a songwriting client. He and I wrote 3 songs for her albums. But we became really friends. And this week, of course, we know is the week that she has gone to glory. But her death has been hard to accept. But I think that today, when I was away from New York and had a chance to rest, I got clear that that unfortunately God is calling a lot of the legends to glory. You know, Phyllis was the first loss of mine. That was the person I was close to. Then I lost her. Roberta was a friend. Shakira Stewart was a good friend of mine, and our person at Def Jam, and now Whitney. So these are 4 people I've worked with closely that have gone. But if God is calling if God is now calling the legends home to glory, it's time for us who are here on earth to be legendary. Time to up our game and carry their tradition on, and be the new legends. So I got clear today.
Just a little bit about your album, which is called Sincere.
Yes.
What do you want people to get from it?
I want people to really feel this album. Like you know, every song is really, really emotional. You know, the lyrics are vulnerable. They're joyful, but at times they're lonely and they're painful. But I told the emotional truth on this album. It's real soul music in the sense that it comes deep from my heart to the hearts of those who will hear it. Janet Hubert, who was on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, she played the mom, Elizabeth's mom. She heard the album and she said, Gordon, I had to call you. I'm so moved after hearing this album. And she said, you know, when I heard it, it just made me laugh, it made me dance, it made me sing along, and it made me cry. And I played it once, and I played it again, and it did the same thing to me. She said, good luck with it, and I said, oh, thank you so much. And after I got off the phone with her, I realized what I wanted the album's vision to be. I want people to hear it and to get real, deal, feel, and heal.
So when you leave this earth, what would you want people to think about you? What would be the last impression you want people to remember?
I want them to know that I cared. That I was sincere.
Well, thank you for your time.
And the album is available, y'all, on my website, GordonChambers.com. Please support it. And that's also on iTunes and Amazon. And thank you for listening. Peace.